I just think you have to remind yourself that well, a couple things. One, I mean, just look, all the great investors are what Buffett called inversely emotional. So they train themselves over time to get excited when stuff goes down and to get a little nervous when things go up. So you have to, realize that this is a trait of good investors, and I'm going to cultivate this trait. And it takes some time. It's like, when you realize when you realize you get angry too much, like you can't just stop getting angry. You say, well, okay, I realize I have an anger problem and I'm going to work on it. So that's number one. Number two is it really helps to say to yourself, like, what is the market? It's just a place where business prices get found out. And if I'm really right on this, I'm going to make a lot of money. I tell a story in the book about my college buddy who just bought Apple. That was his retirement strategy, and it's worked out really well. And every time, and that's sort of the happy ending. But over the last 15 years, Apple's gone down in price by a third. So that wasn't fun for him, but he just hung in there. He believed in the business, and he just sort of was indifferent to the gyrations. And I guess the final piece of advice I would give is, I've lived through now 3 or 4 crises. I've lived through the dot-com bust. I've lived through the great financial crisis of 08, 09, lived through the pandemic, and now we're getting through this one. In every crisis, the narrative is different in its details, but it's essentially the same narrative, which is the world's going to end. It's over. It's over, people. It's over. I mean, I just
time.
Yeah, no, it's over. Like dot-com bust. It's over. 9/11. People are never going to travel again. Financial crisis. Financial system is broken. Capitalism's broken. Pandemic. No one's ever going to travel again. Human activity as we know it is going to cease forever. And now, whatever the narrative is now, interest rates, the genie's out of the bottle, deglobalization is over. It's always the same. It's always, what's interesting is it's always different in its details. They're like little image makers. They're like always, no, this one's different because of this and that and this. And here again, you sound more clever. You don't sound that clever when you say, yeah, I think everything's gonna be okay. Like how sophisticated is that? Yeah, I think we're going to muddle through. Doesn't sound very smart, but it happens to have been true for all of human history. So I'm betting with the muddling through, in which case I'm going back to my old playbook, which is buying superior businesses on sale.